Happy 2026, everybody. Happy New Year. What is the state of Bitcoin and crypto this year? Are we starting to see some signs of bullish momentum right now? Because 2025 didn't quite finish on a positive note. We see altcoins down a lot, some of them 80 to 90%. And Bitcoin did finish the year in the red, although not much. And I want to show you kind of the state of the crypto market right now, whether we see some bullish hopium and whether it's time to be positioning yourself or should we expect more of the downward. So let's get this show on the road. So what we're seeing right now is Bitcoin trading at around $93,800. And if you look at the yearly, we did see Bitcoin finished the year at $88,000. It went all the way to 126,000, all-time high, and then finished the year at $88,000. Now, what can we judge right now? From the bearish standpoint, we do approach right now a critical level of resistance, right? That was serving as a support for quite some time, but after it broke to the downside, now we are retesting it as resistance once again. We do see on a 2-weekly, the stochastic RSI turns bullish. This is where this blue line is above the orange line, and last time that we had the stochastic RSI cross to the upwards, we did see Bitcoin go from 82,000 to $120,000. So it is something not to take lightly. We do see some bullish momentum in the market that is come back, and it is fantastic to see. However, we still have a lot of road to clear in order to talk about bullish trend once again, because we are right now at 50 weeks moving average, way below it, way below 20 weeks moving average as well. And if you look at the daily, the 200 days moving average is sitting at $106,000. So we do have some quite time to go until we talk about bullish momentum. The very first sign that we need to clear is this closure above $95,000. If we can close the daily candle above this, and if we can flip this daily trend resistance into the support, then it's gonna be great. Now, we do see some momentum on the Ethereum also back right now at $3,285. Again, we need to clear the $3,300 level and turn this as a support. Until then, this is just a level of resistance that can be playing out right now and going further to the downside. If you look at the bearish scenario, if you look at how low we can go, if it is the start of the bear market, then we judge by the 200 weeks moving average, which for Bitcoin, it is sitting right now roughly at $58,000. Okay, now looking at some signs of momentum, we do see spot Bitcoin ETFs. They bought $697 million worth of Bitcoin yesterday, which is the largest since early October. So take a look, there was a lot of negative days, and finally we had on January 2nd and now January 5, we have 697 million, and BlackRock is $372 million. So we do see money starts to flow again into Bitcoin. If you look at the Ethereum flows as well, we do see positive flow. So the momentum start to shift into the upside, but it's too early to celebrate, okay? Because we do need to have a breakout above $95,000, and if it's gonna be the case, then we need to go above $100,000 next, which is the next level of resistance. This is the big support in this cycle, as you can see. In this market, this pretty clean trend line that we have been respected, and now we going to the upside. But if you look at the monthly, once again, let me show you, there was 3 red months, and before, when we had 3 red months, was right there in November 2021, okay, 3 red months, and then we did have 2 bullish months. However, that led to further down into the abyss of the bear market. So we need to be very careful if the story repeating itself and we're going to see just this level of resistance playing out. Let's say Bitcoin go to 100K, maybe a little bit more, and then around this area gonna be rejected and then going further down towards the 75 or $70,000. Something like that can definitely play out. Now we do see some also other signs that I want to give you some hopium that we maybe see a different cycle in 2026. So we have the LMACD basically showing right now signs of bottoming and bounce from its lowest level. A Bitcoin bull run followed after that. We can see in 2017, we can see in 2021. So something similar is we are seeing right now. So give you some bullish hopium over there. And not only a 3D bullish divergence, but Bitcoin is locked in a bullish MACD cross as well. Just like I said to you before, this bullish MACD cross, something that you can see historically. We did see some higher prices after that, right? So that's what's happening right now from this perspective. If you look in Ethereum, every time it closes the Q4 in a red, the following Q1 and Q2 also has been bullish and green. So right now we're starting Q1 already at up about 6.57%. So we should expect the Q1 and the Q2 quarters as bullish quarters for Ethereum and for the altcoin space. And if you look at the shark net position chain, if you look at the whales, they bought $23.5 billion worth of Bitcoin in the past weeks, the fastest buy pace since 2012. So something big is coming, guys. Something big is coming. If the whales are accumulating like crazy right now, that should tell you something, that the whales know what they're doing. And if you look at the chart, it is quite significant, right? The level that has not seen since 2013. So something to pay attention to. We also see gold peaking, and the last time that the gold peaked, we had afterwards Bitcoin increased by 5 times. Okay, but it doesn't mean that Bitcoin is going to increase this time 5 times, because we are talking about much bigger market than it was before, the law of diminishing returns. Now, next I want to show you the balance sheet of the Federal Reserve started to go on an upward trend, on upward momentum since middle of December. So this is something that is a change in momentum ever since March 2023. So the balance sheet of Federal Reserve has been going down, down, down. Now it starts to climb back up. Why it is good? Well, it can mean more injection of liquidity into the markets, but it's not something that can play out very, very fast. But we do see a change in this trend, right? So we look at 2025. We see silver up 165%, guys. We see gold up 72%. We see Nasdaq plus 22%. But Bitcoin minus 6.6%, Ethereum minus 12.32%. So there is definitely a divergence between the precious metals, between the stock market, and between the crypto. Crypto did finish the year in a negative. Okay, we do see gold continue to kind of play out in a pretty high levels, and we see also silver pretty much in all-time highs, trading at above $80 right now. Will Bitcoin catch up? I think it's only a matter of time that it will. We see Luxembourg finance minister just said they want to embrace Bitcoin. Quote, "We believe in BTC is the future of finance." So, it's only a matter of time that it's going to be fully embraced everywhere in the world. When we see Ethereum, and Ethereum has been underperforming, Ethereum went from $4,900 all the way to below $3,000 during this crash for the last couple months. But we do see Ethereum sees record $8 trillion stablecoin transfer volume in Q4 2025. So it means that it's still the most dominant layer of settlements for transactions Ethereum, right? So there is a bright future of it. We do see Solana dominated 2025 transactions slightly with 6 times more than the BNB chain. You can see the amount of transactions, the amount of active wallets is above a billion, 53 million, and BNB on a distant second place. So it is quite popular, Solana chain becoming. If you look at the meme coins completely got smashed, got decimated. Look at the list of the popular meme coins recommended by the meme coin guru Murad. Giga minus 95%, SPX 6900 minus 75%, Fartcoin minus 88%, Bonk minus 81%, Pepe minus 78%. The list goes on. Imagine if you shorted. If you shorted these freaking meme coins, so much money to be made. But it is dangerous, both long and to short and to play with leverage. So be careful with that. But on a serious note, guys, what's going on with the meme coins? It's minus 95. Can you imagine like this? You need 20x the value in order to get back to the levels that we've seen before from the all-time high. So yeah, it's something that if you consider the meme coin dominance in altcoin market is reached some very, very low levels, right? So the last time we've seen in 2024 in the beginning when we reached the low levels on the meme coins, all of a sudden 1 year meme coins exploded and showed tremendous gains, as you can see in this chart. So are we going to see something similar? Are meme coins going to come back because they're completely decimated over there? Time will tell. But yeah, something to notice how low right now the meme coin share from the altcoin market. Talking about Venezuela, as you know, Venezuela President Maduro has been basically arrested, and right now the question when it comes to Bitcoin, there is a lot of holdings of Bitcoin seized in Venezuela. What is the fate of those Bitcoins? We're talking about 600,000 Bitcoins seized, okay? That is almost like MicroStrategy. There is a lot of Bitcoin, and not officially what they are kind of showcase, but nevertheless, it's quite a lot of Bitcoin. Are they going to find their way into the US Bitcoin strategic reserve? Let's see. And whether they're going to basically keep it or sell it, it's going to make a big difference, of course. This is Venezuela Bitcoin mystery. Official Bitcoin holdings only 240, but estimated exposure 600,000 Bitcoins, right? It's a lot. It's a lot. Shadow reserve, they call it, the gold swap, the oil to USDT, years of accumulation. So let's see how this is going to play out. And Tom Lee, of course, with Bitmine is the largest holders of Ethereum, the treasury company, right, the company that is accumulated Ethereum a lot. They are right now in a huge minus, about $3.5 billion in the minus, and Tom Lee predicts still $250,000 price for Bitcoin. They keep adding more and more to Ethereum. Actually, this is a typo. It's not Ethereum price, it's Bitcoin price that he's saying over there. But they're sitting on an unrealized loss of $3.5 billion right now. You can see by this chart, they were close to $2 billion at the peak of the profits, but in October, six, but now they are in a big minus. But they continue to accumulate because they see long term. They are not selling Ethereum. It would be stupid to do so. Especially when we see BlackRock files for stake Ethereum ETF. So, you know, when you hold Ethereum, if you buy an ETF, it doesn't give you the yield. So what it basically means is that the SEC doesn't allow for the yield for the staking for those ETFs to happen. So if BlackRock is going to change that and finally they will allow that, there's a lot more capital that will flow to Ethereum, because these companies, treasury companies, they're like, why should I buy an Ethereum ETF if I can hold it and I can stake it, right? I can get more yield on it. So that's kind of the direction that may shape place, because we are talking about here for tokenized securities with the company of BlackRock. If you don't know, BlackRock is the largest financial institution in the world, about $11 trillion in assets under management. They have their Beetle fund. And this Beetle fund is sitting on top of Ethereum, right? They're tokenizing different assets, different securities. So Ethereum is still considered the layer of the settlements, even though Ethereum has lost $100 million in fees this year because of the change and the upgrades. It's better for the users, but less good for those that are collecting the fees on Ethereum. So overall, Ethereum becomes cheaper, right, to operate for the users, which is ultimately a good thing. Okay, so in conclusion, guys, what can I say? We are dealing right now with a situation of still a bearish kind of sentiment in the market. We do see overall the bigger time frames, we are bearish still, okay? And even if we zoom in a little bit on the daily and the weekly, we do have those resistances levels in about $94,000-$95,000. So until we clear those, okay, it might be a short-term bounce after 3 months of red and then continue more to the downside. So you need to be careful with your position sizing. But if you're thinking long-term, if you're positioning your portfolio for the next 10 years, well, then it's really not that big of a deal if you buy Bitcoin right now at $94,000 or if you buy it at $60,000, because eventually Bitcoin will be worth much more. It will be worth $200,000 or even $500,000 for one Bitcoin. Just need to have more of a long-term vision. And if 2026 will be a bearish year, time will find. For sure, for altcoins, 2025 was a very bearish year, and maybe 2026, with the injection of the liquidity into the markets, will change things, and the altcoins can finally have their altcoin season, which they haven't had yet. Okay, so stay tuned. I'm gonna post more videos on the state of the crypto channel and what are the opportunities that you might be seizing in this space in order to earn some yield. You know, nothing crazy, but you can enjoy some nice yields in the stable coins or with Bitcoin mining, and this can contribute to your overall portfolio and to your kind of dividends in the crypto land. Okay, so with that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. Smash up the like, share this video with everyone, give them some hope that we are getting on some bullish momentum right now, and let's hope that everything will be turned around in 2026 and we will have a different 4-year cycle. We will have a bullish year, and if not, if the market will provide you the opportunity for lower prices, then grab it, because it doesn't come often. The bullishness is much longer than the bearishness, right? So embrace those opportunities. I'll see you in the next videos.